A short update on the energies. June 9, 2014. Dear friends, this weekend has been off the scale energetically, and many have already reported experiencing some major downloads and transformations. If you have not done so yet, I think you will find it both uplifting and enlightening to read the comments posted under the previous update. Here is the update from the constant companions. You have by now accomplished something that few would have thought possible only a short while back, and the reason for that is that this took more than the cooperation of a few shining souls such as the ones you connect with on a daily basis in this sheltered little pond. For what we refer to this time is indeed an event of truly magnificent proportions, one that involves groups such as yours in all locations around this globe. Let us explain. You have perhaps heard the term tsunami of love mentioned lately, and this is indeed an apt description for what you are taking part in. For you are truly part of this tsunami, an intimate link between your world and this oncoming wave of blessed light that together will ensure that no stone will be left unturned when this is well and truly over. For as you embody these powerful energies, you are not only helping to anchor them, you are also part and parcel of the combined effects this will have on all of humanity. We speak in lofty terms perhaps, but in this, it is impossible to overstate the importance this event will have for you all. And, as you are all involved in this in some way, it is truly a collective effort that will render you even more intrinsically connected, not just to Source, but to each other. As we have already touched upon, this also signals the start to your very new roles as true creators, for as your own recreation has been accomplished to such a degree, you can by now safely turn your attention elsewhere. In other words, you will find yourself interacting with others on so many levels now, both directly, but also energetically, as these last couple of days have shown you. And in some instances, what you participate in will not be shown you beforehand, as was the case for what took place only a few hours ago for some of you. Yes, this could in many ways be likened to one of your usual get-togethers that you stage at regular intervals in this space, but this time, you are not given an invitation beforehand. Or rather, you are not given one in the direct form you are usually given, for this was indeed something that was agreed upon beforehand by your higher aspects, and as such this was not something that any of you unwittingly took part in, against your expressed will. For you will not be tricked into doing anything at all, for in this, everything needs to be in full agreement with every single being involved, both on your side of the veil and on ours. And so, even if this may have seemed to come out of the blue for many of you, it was in fact a carefully acted out sequence that was initiated quite a while back. Once again, the image of the submerged iceberg comes to hand, for as some of you know, this weekend was indeed a powerful node for several official energetic events, if we may use such a word. For many had been given the roles of initiating more or less local or indeed also global gatherings, much of the same kind that you also have here, but this time, it was also accompanied by a myriad of other similar events taking place under the surface if you will. And so, what took place was indeed truly a mass activation and initiation on such a scale, nothing quite like it has ever taken place before in this part of creation. So what may have looked like a personal transformation taking place sometime during these last few days and nights was indeed linked to this truly global event, and even if the images and the information that may have been left as an imprint afterwards will differ greatly, they are all signals of the same crucial activation taking place. For it was indeed a truly global tsunami coming in, and this was not an isolated event, but one that will continue to reverberate far and wide, both in distance and in time. And even if many of you will scratch their heads and say, I have no idea at all to what they are referring to, know that you also play an important part in all of this. For as we told you only a short week ago, what took place during your very own local gathering was nothing short of miraculous, for then, you helped to put into place this all-important energetic cloud that encircles your globe in such a way, events just like the one we have discussed above was finally made possible. So in this, everything is indeed connected to everything else, and each and every single being on this planet has now also become intrinsically linked with everyone else. For a great majority, they will not even be aware of it, but for all of you, this will indeed become clearer and clearer as the days and nights ahead start to unfold and tell you all a very new story. For you have become true creators, and you have already stated to create as a group, not just as members of this group of like-minded beings gathered around this beautiful pond of yours, but as members of the new version of the human race, the kind of enlightened beings this planet has never seen the likes of before. And together you will go from strength to strength, literally, as you will serve not only to strengthen the bonds between you, but also between every single one of humanity and with all of creation. For this tsunami of love will never cease, it will simply continue to strengthen and widen and deepen, in every sense of the word and in every part of this world. And as it continues to gather momentum, it will also continue to touch deeper and deeper into every single soul inhabiting this planet. Again, the reaction to all of this light flooding this planet will be diverse, from a total sense of bliss, joy, and anticipation to an at times unbearable sense of confusion, fear, and bewilderment. For in those still set on sidestepping the light in any way they can, desperation will likely ensue as they see fewer and fewer dark corners in which to hide, and so, they will perhaps react in ways that may seem to be more than a little blown out of proportion. Again, if you choose to focus on these individuals, you might be tempted to think that your world will be falling apart, but then you would simply be picking up the constant signals of distress that this small group will continue to broadcast 24/7. But if you shift your focus, you cannot help but be flooded with all the light that is already here, and this is indeed simply a small taste of what you have in store. For as your abilities to perceive this brand new level of vibration continue to develop, you will literally start to see, feel, and taste this truly tremendous change within every single particle of your being, and you will find yourself literally humming to this brand new tune of love, a tune that will never go out of fashion, nor become tedious to any of you. For this tune, this song of heavenly light will only continue to make you grow more and more in tune with all of creation, and most of all, it will make you become more and more in tune to your wondrous home, this planet, this cornucopia of wonders that you have yet to fully savor and fully explore. For now, this paradisical planet of your dreams lies before you, ready to be embraced with all that you are and with every single aspect of your being. And together, you will all make sure that this paradise will get all of the loving care that it needs in order to be fully re-established as the true paradise it was meant to be for all. The Constant Companions. Channeled by Asia North. asianorth.wordpress.com